So let's say I just did a fresh install of TeamSpeak 3 on a new device. If I want my server tags and other information that the server stores about my unique user, first I'll need to export my unique ID from an existing copy of TeamSpeak 3, upon which, logging into a server, those permissions and such have been applied. So what this means is that I'm going to go to this copy of TeamSpeak 3 that I'm accustomed to using. I'm going to go ahead to Settings, Identities. Your unique ID is here. Mine is grayed out. I recommend that you do not share this. It is available to TeamSpeak admins so that they can assign permissions. But in order to actually use this identity, which has this unique ID identifier that identifies you, you'll need the actual file and bring it to your new device. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and select our identity here. We're going to go to Export, and it's going to warn us not to send it to anybody. You shouldn't send this to anybody because if you do, someone can use the identity, log into one of the servers that you frequent, and if you have any admin level permissions or even just something as basic as your tags or your avatar, they will have that if they're using this identity file because the server looks at that to apply any information that it has stored. So we're going to go ahead and hit yes. We're going to go ahead and save this to desktop. We're just going to say test. It's going to save it as an INI. We're going to save, and then we're going to go ahead and remove this. And I'm only doing this for testing purposes. So you'll notice that this being my new device, my laptop, my phone, phone instructions are a little bit different, but another computer, we have our default identity. This is what you're going to see. It's just going to be default, TeamSpeak user. This is what you start out with. Well, all we're going to do is we're going to import. We're going to grab our .ini file through a service like Google Drive, through Dropbox, through something as simple as a flash drive or email. It's a very small file. You can get this over to the new device, hit open, and you'll notice that it imports my new ID here. And so all we need to do then is select the default. We can remove this, and it'll change this one to default. And then all we need to do, you'll see that it's in bold, it's not the default one. What we need to do is hit OK, and then we can log into one of our servers, and we'll see that we have all of our permissions right here, all listed together. And that's really all that there is to it. I have all of my badges, my avatar, any information that is stored server side for me, brought over to the new device.